School of Rock turned a fake substitute teacher into one of cinema's most beloved comedies. But 20 years later, one cast member is gone, one was arrested for stealing guitars, and one child actor spent a decade battling addiction before finding her way back. Here's where they all ended up in 2026. Number 1. Jack Black as Dewey Finn. He was 33 when he turned a hopeless rock wannabe into one of the most magnetic performances of his entire career. And at 56 in 2026, he shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. He eloped with high school sweetheart Tanya Hayden in March 2006, and the couple have 2 sons together. In July 2024, his band Tenacious D was plunged into controversy when bandmate Kyle Gass made a deeply inappropriate remark about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump during a Sydney show. Black immediately canceled the rest of the tour and put the band on indefinite hiatus. Number 2. Joan Cusack as Rosalie Mullins. At 40 during filming, she played the buttoned-up principal sitting on a lifetime of secret rock passion, and every scene where that facade cracked was a masterclass in comic restraint. She turned 63 in 2026. Her life off-screen has been the opposite of Hollywood chaos. She has been married to attorney Richard Burke since 1993, and the couple have 2 sons, making theirs one of the most genuinely stable marriages among anyone connected to this film. She has continued building an impressive body of work across Shameless, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, and a series of unfortunate events. Number 3. Mike White as Ned Schneebly. The man who wrote the entire screenplay also played Dewey's long-suffering roommate. And at 32 during filming, he was already operating at a creative level that most writers spend careers trying to reach. He turns 55 in 2026. Since School of Rock, he has become one of television's most celebrated creative forces, building The White Lotus into one of the most talked-about prestige dramas of the decade and winning multiple Emmy Awards for it. He is openly bisexual and has always been candid about that, while keeping the specific details of his romantic life entirely to himself. Number 4. Sarah Silverman as Patty DeMarco. She was 32 when she played Dewey's spectacularly unpleasant girlfriend, bringing her trademark sharp-edged delivery to a character most of the audience wanted to disappear within minutes of meeting her. She turns 55 in 2026. Her career has never stopped moving. After a 7-year relationship with Jimmy Kimmel and a later 4-year relationship with Michael Sheen, she is currently with writer Rory Albanese. Her past use of blackface in a 2007 comedy sketch became a major flashpoint years later, and she has since stated the material horrifies her now. Number 5. Joey Gaydos Jr. as Zach. Just 11 years old when he played the band's lead guitarist with a natural ease that made the whole premise believable, Gaydos is now 35 in 2026. He walked away from acting entirely after the film and never looked back, choosing music over Hollywood without any apparent regret. The story that stopped fans in their tracks came in 2019, when he made headlines for a string of arrests in Florida. He had allegedly walked into music stores, asked to test guitars and amplifiers, and then simply walked out with them. He eventually entered a diversion program to deal with the legal fallout. Number 6. Maryam Hassan as Tamika. She was just 10 years old during filming, delivering Tamika's big vocal moment with a confidence that made grown adults in cinemas sit up straight. She turns 33 in 2026. After the film, she moved away from acting almost entirely, channeling her energy into music and performing under the name Marinade. She has kept her personal life completely away from public view since, making her one of the harder members of this cast to track down 2 decades later. Number 7. Kevin Alexander Clark as Freddie Jones. He was 13 years old behind that drum kit, and every single frame of his performance felt completely real because the talent behind it genuinely was. By 2021, he was back doing what he loved most, drumming with his Chicago band Jess Bess and The Intentions. They had just played their very first gig on May 22nd, when, 4 days later, he was struck by a car while riding his bicycle through Chicago's Avondale neighborhood. Kevin Clark passed away on May 26, 2021 at the age of 32. Jack Black called his death devastating and said the world had lost a beautiful soul. Number 8. Aleisha Allen as Aleisha. At 11 during filming, she played the band's keyboardist with an effortless cool that matched perfectly with the character's established reputation as the group's most stylish member. She turns 34 in 2026. What happened next is one of the more genuinely surprising paths any School of Rock alumni has taken. She stepped away from entertainment completely, earned degrees from both Pace and Columbia University, and now works as a qualified speech-language pathologist, building a career that has nothing to do with cameras or casting calls. Number 9. Adam Pascal as Theo. Long before he turned up as the smug frontman of No Vacancy in this film, Pascal had already changed Broadway history as Roger Davis in the original cast of Rent, a role he landed on a complete whim after a friend mentioned the audition. He was 32 during filming and turns 56 in 2026. He married Cybele Montgomery in 1998, and the couple have 2 sons together. He has never truly left the stage, with Jesus Christ Superstar and a string of sold-out cabaret shows keeping him firmly in New York's musical heartbeat through 2026. Number 10. Rivka Reyes as Katie. Just 11 years old when they landed the role of the band's bassist after playing classical bass on an NPR radio program. Reyes turns 34 in 2026. The years after the film brought some of the darkest chapters imaginable. They have spoken openly about developing an eating disorder, turning to drugs and alcohol, and attempting suicide before finally entering recovery from alcoholism and addiction in 2018. Since finding their footing, they have returned to performing as a stand-up comedian and musician, hosted a podcast interviewing fellow former child stars, and appeared in several film and television projects. Number 11. Angelo Masagli as Frankie. He stepped away from acting in the years following the film and never returned to it professionally, but his connection to School of Rock never truly faded. He turns 38 in 2026. In January 2025, he married his co-star Caitlyn Hale, the girl who played Marta alongside him on screen more than 2 decades earlier, with 9 of their fellow cast members attending the wedding to celebrate with them. The New York Times covered the ceremony, making it one of the more genuinely heartwarming stories this entire cast ever produced. Number 12. Jordan Claire Green as Michelle. She played one of the band's vocalists and brought a natural presence to every ensemble scene she shared with the group. She turns 40 in 2026. After the film, she moved away from acting without any major announcement and has kept an extremely low public profile in the years since, making her one of the genuine mysteries of where this cast ended up. What is clear is that the School of Rock experience left a lasting impression. She has stayed in contact with several cast members and attended reunion gatherings over the years. Number 13. Robert Tsai as Lawrence. Known on screen as Mr. Cool, the band's effortlessly composed keyboardist, Tsai took a path after the film that matched that persona precisely. He put down the acting credits, picked up the textbooks, and graduated from Dartmouth University. He turns 38 in 2026. He kept playing piano throughout his academic years, channeling the skill the film brought him into something personal rather than professional. His trajectory from a Jack Black movie to one of America's most prestigious universities is one of the more quietly impressive arcs in this entire cast story. Number 14. Veronica Afflebach as Eleni. She was one of the band's vocalists whose screen time was limited, but whose presence added essential texture to the group's ensemble dynamic. She turns 37 in 2026. Like several of her fellow child cast members, she stepped back from the entertainment industry after the film without any fanfare, and has kept virtually everything about her life since then away from the public eye. School of Rock remains her most visible credit, and she has stayed connected to that chapter of her life through the bonds she formed with castmates during production. Number 15. Lucas Papalus as Neil. He played the put-upon band manager whose thankless job was keeping Dewey's chaos vaguely organized, and he was already a working stage actor at 26 during filming, rather than a child discovering the industry for the first time. He turns 49 in 2026. He continued building a theater career after the film, primarily in New York stage productions, operating well beneath the radar of the film's more recognizable names, but consistently working in the craft that brought him to the set in the first place. Number 16. Caitlyn Hale as Marta. After voicing a character on Blue's Clues and appearing in this film, she walked away from entertainment entirely and built a completely different life. She became a qualified OB/GYN sonographer, trading auditions for a career helping bring new lives into the world. She turns 37 in 2026. Then in January 2025, her School of Rock chapter came full circle when she married her co-star Angelo Masagli in a ceremony surrounded by 9 of their former castmates, proving that the bonds formed on that set 2 decades ago were built to last. Number 17. Miranda Cosgrove as Summer Hathaway. She was just 10 years old when she played the band's ruthlessly efficient manager, with a comic precision that made adult audiences genuinely impressed, And at 32 in 2026, she has long since established herself as one of the most successful careers to emerge from this entire film. iCarly turned her into a generation-defining television star. She has voiced Margot across all 4 Despicable Me films, and she hosts Mission Unstoppable on CBS. She appeared in Netflix's Mother of the Bride in 2024 and continues building a career that began before most of her School of Rock castmates had even hit double digits.